Hey guys, so I'm back with another video just talking about this whole issue which keeps constantly being raised all throughout the paranormal. I suppose it's not even since, order of magnitude, it's been debated and so on. Anything can be debated, anything can be constructively criticized. There's two sides to every argument, there's two sides to a coin. So when it comes to debating in the paranormal, it's rife, there's nothing wrong with debating, as long as it's in a constructive sense, there's nothing wrong with that. And if somebody's going out of their way to add more context to maybe what somebody is saying, nothing wrong with that. Even trying to disprove something, nothing wrong with that either, because, it shows people something which, okay, I've been doing it this way, but maybe I didn't consider this or I didn't consider that. And primarily, that's what I tend to do on here. If I feel that something needs criticizing, if I feel that I can criticize it, if I have any sort of knowledge or whatever about it, or maybe experience, then I will criticize it. And, if I'm wrong, then I will come out, say I'm wrong, do a retraction video, I'll do something like that. It's this whole mentality in the paranormal, and I hate to go after Hub for this, but I'm not attacking the guy's character necessarily. I'm attacking this kind of, the sense of that, debating is hating, and it's not. There's such a thing as constructive criticism and a constructive argument. So he would say something like, for example, spirits manipulate audio to speak, and says that wholeheartedly, says it's been scientifically proven. That has not been scientifically proven. It is not proven to science, and he's not a scientist himself, so it's not proven. He says that because I'm sure he probably wants to believe that, but it's not proven. But it is a very good theory, though. I'll give him that. It's a really good theory. It's just not been proven. So when I feel that can be criticized, yes, it can be criticized to a point because it's not been scientifically proven, as he keeps proclaiming, but it hasn't. So that is something to be criticized about. Even other things, such as I've criticized about on this channel before, such as the fact that he didn't invent the spirit box, the portal, wonder box, miracle box, whatever he's calling it nowadays, did not invent anything on it. I've done 2 videos explaining why, and and I've shown you where everything on one of his boxes came from, and show you where you can buy it from. I've done that, and pretty much nothing on that was invented by him. If you want to go see those 2 videos, the thumbnails are up on the screen somewhere if you want to go watch them, and it just explains why it's not a spirit box. Not dismissing the idea of a portal, wonder box, or a spirit box house, a decorated time, whatever you want to call it. I'm not dismissing it. I'm just adding a bit more context so you know exactly what it is and what it is not. There is nothing wrong with adding more context and showing you, so this is what it really is, but this is what it's not, so people fully know. So if you want to go watch those videos, I'm not going to go into this again in this one, because if you want to go listen to my thoughts on the spirit box, the portal, whatever, go listen to those 2 videos and you'll get a bit more context, then come back here. But when it comes to debating, there's nothing wrong with debating. People debate all the time, but there's nothing wrong with a good, constructive, well-honed argument. There is nothing wrong with that. Even there is a lot of people I respect in the paranormal. There's, I'm sorry, Sam, if I get your channel name wrong. I think it's Life After Life TV Productions, but I'm not sure if you changed it or not. But an order of magnitude. Yes, I agree. Like with those 2, for example, I agree with some things they say. And sometimes I don't agree with some things that they say. But I can respect their views. I respect what they're talking about. I'm not going to label them as haters and say, no, they're wrong because it's different to my opinion. It's just this attitude in the paranormal which just says you can't criticize anything. If the majority of people believe in a certain way of thinking and a certain mode of thinking about the paranormal, which I kind of blame Huff for, but people believe in kind of a one-way system. The paranormal and ITC research is black and white. You either go this way or you go that way. There is no gray area, no in between. So you go this way, you're freely accepted. But if you go the other way and you deviate and you go, I don't think this is kind of right, then you are shunned. And that's just the reality. It's just the way it is in the paranormal world. I won't join paranormal groups, bar one, which is the Dark Paranormal group, where if you don't want honest opinions, if you don't like, if you don't like what we say just because we're giving our honest opinions, then it's not for you. But you are going to get criticism. You're going to be criticized. You are going to get flack. But you just got to take it. And if they're arguing in a very constructive way, there's nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with people giving constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong with that. Order of magnitude, after live TV production, Sam, they give me that feedback all the time. I get that feedback and I really appreciate it. Like Dark Paranormal Investigator gives me that feedback and says, like, dude, I see what you're saying, I see what you're doing, but not too sure about this. Have you thought about this? And I appreciate that kind of feedback because it ultimately helps me. It helps me to learn. And if I hadn't have got that kind of information, if it hadn't got me to really think and critically think about things that I was maybe talking about, then I wouldn't have had that light bulb moment and going, oh yeah, maybe this isn't exactly right, or maybe this isn't exactly right. It ultimately helps. You have to take criticism on board. You have to. And if you get into a debate, an honest, well-honed argument where both parties are being respectful to one another, so they're not attacking each other, they're attacking the arguments. Nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, you've got to make up your own mind. But a well-honed argument is not going after the person and saying, you're a hater just because you don't agree with Huff or the way he does things or whatever, or my opinion's different to yours. Well, that's not a justified argument. I've got different opinions to other people. Like it or not, I will have a different opinion. I'm allowed and entitled to my own opinion. I'm allowed to. There's nothing wrong with me having my own opinion because there's certain things which, like Order of Magnitude talks about, for example, which some things I do agree with, some things I don't agree with, but I can accept where he's coming from. And I will still sit down and think about, okay, right, let's have a look and analyze, see what he's saying, and try things out, as that's what you're supposed to do. And like Dark Paranormal Investigator, he will constantly give me like feedback and I will give him feedback as well. But there's nothing wrong with that because we respect each other. I understand it's coming from a place of constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not hating. Just because he gives me constructive criticism, even when it comes down to a thumbnail, which, yes, I'm not guilty. I'm freely guilty of making a mistake. So I did a Celebrity Spirit Box session a while ago. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I labeled a Spirit Box session. I always label my Spirit Box sessions for Celebrity Spirit Box sessions as a question, saying, was this such and such? Is this such and such? I don't try and clickbait it and say, Michael Jackson speaks. I would never title it like that. But there was one where I titled it a little bit wrong and I may have said, Michael Jackson speaks. But then my mode of thinking, as things went on and I started to think about stuff like, I don't fully know that it was them. And that's true. I don't know it was them. I have no way of knowing if that is them. I am one person in nearly 8 billion people on Earth, And it's very I've explained the many reasons why it'd be unlikely it would be a celebrity coming to you because there could be an impressionist spirit. It could be a spirit impersonating another one. That's a possibility. You have to consider possibilities in this paranormal world. And he would say, maybe you could change it to, did Michael Jackson speak? Things like that. And I'll go, okay, yeah, that's a bit more sensible. That's a better thing to do. That's constructive criticism. It's not him hating on me. He's not hating on me. But mind you, I have got my fair share of flack in the past. Some for good reason. Because, there was a time ago where I was a little bit angry on YouTube for a certain situation. And I said a bunch of stuff from a place of anger, which I shouldn't have done. And I took a load of stuff back. But there's certain things which I did not take back because I fully believe and stand by my words. So if people, and even there was certain comments recently which not going to attack the person, and the person, when you left the comment in my last video, no animosity towards you whatsoever. I understand you got an opinion. I've got an opinion too, okay? I've got an opinion as well. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely zero wrong with that. That is cool. But calling me a hater is not a well-honed argument. There's a difference between debating and there's a difference between hate and criticism. There is a big difference. Just because I'm going against the conventional way of thinking in the paranormal does not make me a hater. And that's the problem in the paranormal. When you go against the conventional mode of thinking, when it comes to spirit communication, so on, we're all tarred with the same brush that we're a hater, when we may not even hate the person who we're criticizing. I may criticize some other people, I don't know. It could be someone which I may think maybe a pretty good guy or girl, whatever, in real life, but I'm not going after them. I'm going after what they're saying. I'm going after the point of view they're putting across and putting my own one on, or adding more context. That's what the aim of debating and criticizing is. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do get the fair share of hate online. As well, you're on YouTube, you're going to get hate no matter what. There's always going to be one or two. That's to be expected. But the thing is, I don't let it get to me, mostly because you don't pay rent in my house, you have zero influence in my life, and I won't lose any sleep over you just because of one comment online. So until you pay rent in my house, until you have any influence in my life, then your opinion of me, really, I could not care less. I'm not on YouTube to make friends. You know, I don't upload these videos to be loved by the masses or praised or whatever. If you don't like me, I don't freaking care. You're not in my life, so it makes no difference to me. So I don't care for that. I don't care for getting flack. I don't care for having loads of subscribers or whatever. Although the people that have subscribed, thank you very much. And thank you so much for watching. And the people that watch and always comment, thank you. I do appreciate that. But even I have regular watchers of these videos who give me criticism. And I love getting criticized. And when it's criticized in a constructive way, I will happily reply to you. I will happily... Sorry, that was my speaker turning off. I had music on earlier. But when I get criticised, we will debate back and forth and we'll chat back and forth, because that's fun. Because I learn new things from them. Maybe they learn new things from me. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And I have regular subscribers that do that. And I really do appreciate the criticism. But they're not hating on me just because they go against my opinion or go against my research, whatever. That's not hating. They're not hating on me. That is completely fine with me. Not a problem. But you got to get out of this mode of thinking that criticism and debating is hating, because it isn't. Hating would be if I'm going after Huff Paranormal and I'm criticizing maybe his looks or calling him an ass or whatever. That is just being a hater, okay? But if I'm criticizing, going after the when he's saying he invented the portal, even though I've explained in many videos that he did not invent the portal. Again, go watch the videos I put up earlier, the thumbnails, to understand why. Because I'm not going to explain it here. You know, I'll go after what he's saying. I will go after the things which I think need more context, or if it's worth criticizing and debating, I will do that, you know. But like it or not, I will have a different opinion. And some things I will agree with certain people on, some things I will not agree on. But I will take what they're saying on board and fully adjust to that. And if I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. But look, I will have an opinion. But we have to talk, communicate back and forth. That is not a problem. But people get so defensive when you put your opinion out there. Like, I make no secret, I don't like Huff. I'm not saying I don't like the guy. I'm saying I don't like the way he does things in the paranormal. You know, I really cannot stand it, because for an array of reasons, which go to Talking Everything Paranormal and it will explain everything to you. So, because I'm not going to go through it all here, because this video will be about an hour long. Okay? So, right, there we go. We've done it. I think we've done it. But debating is not hating. So get out of that mode of thinking. There's, for a lot of people in the paranormal, like I said, there's either one way or that way. But there's a grey area. We need to get into that grey area more and talk more. Like even guys, Order of Magnitude, Dark Paranormal Investigator, Sam from Life After Life TV Productions. Guys, if you're watching this, I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate your criticism. I really do. And I take it on board, and I will read your comments, and we can debate back and forth. We can chat. Not a problem whatsoever. We can chat back and forth, debate, because that's what it's about. You know, that is the fun of this. We have to debate. There's two sides to every argument. Two sides to every argument. Although in the paranormal, there's 10 billion sides to every argument. But anyway, this is general, the meat and potatoes of this video. I wanted to get this out there and just tell you that debating is not hating, as long as it's done in a constructive, and as long as it's done in like a constructive debate sort of way. Nothing wrong with that. But anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the very next video. Take care and stay safe, everybody.